graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled, and out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you are new to my channel, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and make sure that you guys turn on those notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. We go on for the Sixers, we go on for the Phillies, and we go on, of course, for the Philadelphia Eagles. I was at the game on Tuesday, so that's why I did not stream the game. But we are back in the studio tonight, and the Sixers are taking on the 10-2 Detroit Pistons. Okay, this team has won 8 games in a row, and they have also been dealt with such a terrible injury bug. I mean, like, my goodness, it's been so bad. Tobias Harris has missed some time. Jaden Ivey has missed some time as well. Asor Thompson is out for tonight, and Cade Cunningham, of course, he's been ruled out too. He was just ruled out about an hour ago for the Detroit Pistons. So the Sixers should definitely be able to beat this Detroit Pistons team tonight. Again, they are really thin. They really are. So Karis LeVert is going to be going out there. I'm sure that he's going to be getting a lot of minutes tonight, and so is Ronald Holland and Javonte Green as well. So you want to try to capitalize. You want to get yourself a W. You want to get back into the win column, and you want to do everything that you can to just get that to just get that win and be able to get your 8th win of the season. Comment down below what your final score predictions are. I'm very curious to hear and see what you guys do have to say about that. And also, please just tell me down below, too, who your MVP are for this game. I want to shout out everybody that just came on here. Welcome on into the stream. Long Ball is here. We got Rising Rhino, of course. What's going on, my friend? How are you? Soundboard's working. It's all about the third quarter, says Richie. And you know what, Richie? You bring up a very good point, because we all know how horrible this Sixers team has been in the third quarter this year. They've been atrocious. They've been abysmal. Anything negative that you can say, I mean, just comment that word down below. Fire away on all cylinders. Because, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They have got to play well in this third quarter today. I really do want them to come out bouncing out of the gates. It would be really cool to see like a 12-3 run or something along those lines within the first 2 minutes, just to see them go out there, have poise, have momentum on their side, have the pendulum swinging, and yeah, I would really like that. I don't want them to fall behind the A ball today. I think that against this Detroit team, you're not going to want to do that. So, yeah, the three-point shooting has to be very well tonight, too. I saw that Jared McCain was getting minutes yesterday in the G League. He was playing for the Delaware Bluecoats, and he's going to have one more game with the Bluecoats, and I think that that was the right decision that the Sixers made. This guy needs to get reps. This guy needs to this guy needs to get some minutes, and what I really like about the G League now is that this is a way for these players to rehab, right? It's a way for these players to just find ways to get minutes and be able to make an impact on the court. And I think that for Jared McCain, it was really big that that he's out there with the G League and performing over there. This team needs redemption, okay? This is a Detroit Pistons team that beat you the last time, that you had on the ropes, right? Like, there was no excuse. You choked this game. And you need to punch them in the mouth. Even without Cade Cunningham and with all the starters that are not out there on the court, there is no reason why you can't beat this Pistons team. You have to. You have to punch them in the mouth. And I'm curious to see how that works out today. China Profiles, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Shout out to you. Who else do we have in the chat? Ronald Duffney is here. What's going on? Snowman. Yes, let's go. Man, we're back on the mic. It feels good. I missed you guys, man. I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, and I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about that, especially for next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. But don't get me wrong. I love my on-air time. I really do, and I'm happy that I get to cherish this moment with you guys. It's very, very awesome. But, yeah, a lot of cool things coming up for next year that I'm very excited about. And I'm not going to go too deep into it. All right, it is 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. The Pistons, by the way, they are 5-1 at home. Again, I talked about it before. This team is on an 8-game winning streak. And again, like, you're missing very key, valuable pieces. So that is very impressive. And I can understand why Detroit right now, when you look at the money line for tonight's game, it's pretty much even. And I understand that. But if you're the Sixers, there's no excuse. This team came out in the last game, and after you were up by so many points, I think that they had a 24-point lead or something along those lines. You just could not shut the door. Like, that was the issue. You could not close them out, and you could not seal the deal. And you got to do that tonight. You have to. There's just no reason why you can't do that tonight. If we do take a look at the Eastern Conference standings right now, the Pistons are in first place. Shocker. They're 10-2, and there's a reason why that they have the 1 seed right now. But I'll tell you this. The Knicks, the Sixers, the Cavs, and the Hawks are each 2.5 games behind those Pistons. So I know that it's still early on in the season, and we're not even, I think that we're about a tenth of the way there. Yeah, we are. We're a tenth of the way there. But, yeah, Sixers are tied with the Knicks and with the Cavs and the Hawks, but the Knicks and the Sixers are 7-4. The Cavs and the Hawks are 8-5. So, there you go. There you go. It's all about that third quarter. In the mouth and to the moon. Woo! All right, my members. Guys, all right, so let me get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. If you guys do want to become a member, you most certainly can, okay? It is $2.99 a month. There we go. John is here. What's up, John? How are you, my friend? But yeah, memberships are $2.99 a month. What do you get? You get access to all these really awesome emotes. We have some emotes that I really want you guys to be posting in the chat down below. And yeah, man, I really want people. I really would like to try to get more members. I have some Tyrese Maxey emotes. I got some really cool stuff that we'll be able to post in the chat. I always love it, especially during the baseball playoffs, when we had so many people posting like the Bryce Harper emojis or the Kyle Schwarber emotes after he hits like a big home run. You know, I really love the engagement and all that stuff that we've been able to build on this channel. So the emotes are great. I know that some of my members are here. Scott is also here. What's up, Scott? Comment all those emotes down below. But yes, so. And again, final score predictions. It's never too late to make one. Please post what your final score predictions are down below. My MVP for tonight. My MVP. My most valuable player for tonight. Philadelphia 76ers game. It's Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, shocker. Shocker, right? A guy that's averaging 32 points per game, and he's shooting 46% from the field. That's my MVP. I'm going against all odds here. I understand. But, hey, I think Tyrese Maxey is going to have a great performance tonight. He should absolutely feast off of this Detroit defense. If he can go out there and get you 38 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds, and shoot over 60% from the field and over 40% from 3, GG. I think that it's going to be a long night for these Detroit Pistons. And that's how I feel. I will stand by that. I will put a stamp on it as well. And yeah, my final score prediction, I'm going to go 115 to 100 Philadelphia. That is my final score prediction for tonight, and I'm going to write that down so that way I have it locked and loaded. All right. As far as the starting lineup goes for tonight's game, we're going to get to the Pistons. First, it'll be Javonte Green at the point guard, Dennis Jenkins over at the shooting guard, Duncan Robinson, the former Miami Heat player, is over at the 3. At the 4, you got the former Sixer B-ball Paul, that's Paul Reed, and Ronald Holland II is at the 5. For the Philadelphia 76ers, it'll be Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre Jr., Trendon Watford, and Andre Drummond. So Maxey at the 1, Edgecombe at the 2, Oubre at the 3, Watford at the 4, and Drummond at the 5. This is an NBA Cup game. We're ready to get started. Holland going up against Andre Drummond, and Drummond loses the tip-off. It'll be Pistons basketball first, which obviously means that the Sixers will get the ball in the second quarter and in the fourth quarter as well. Robinson able to find his center downhill, and that's Paul Reed, who lays it up and lays it on in. They got a bright blue court out there on the basketball court for the Sixers game tonight. It is an NBA Cup game. Sixers are 0-1 in the NBA Cup. Watford ties it up as he puts it home with the left hand, and we are knotted up at 2 apiece. So it's 2-2 so far. Maxey tried to come away with a steal, and Robinson will get it on back. He goes underneath the basket, misses it, and the Sixers touch it last. It goes out of bounds over on the baseline side of things. So it is a 2-2 game so far. JJ, how we doing? Max Coverage TV! What is up? How are you, baby? And Mundo Sosa rocks. I love that. Let's go. Max, you're the best. Guys, if you love the Yankees, if you love the Rockets, if you love the Packers, that is my guy. It's Max Coverage TV. Mods, post his link down below, and make sure that everybody goes to subscribe to Max Coverage TV. All right. Let's make sure that this is a little bit better. Yes. Whoops. Okay. That looks a little bit better. Here's a three-point shot that's up and in by Dennis Jenkins from straight away. Paul Reed gets the assist. It was a straight head-on three-pointer by him, and now it's 5-2. Maxey with a bad pass stolen away by Holland, and he will solo it and take it to the cup himself. I said that I wanted a 12-2 start for the Sixers, and now it's a 7-2 start for Detroit. That's not what I wanted. I don't think that that's what a lot of other people wanted either. Maxey to Drummond. One more outside to Oubre for a 3. And he airballed it. Drummond tried to save it, and it went into the hand of Ronald Holland II. Ronald Holland. I knew that was going to happen. Here's another shot that's up, and that's no good. Maxey gets the rebound as it was tipped by Andre Drummond into Tyrese Maxey's hands. Sixers down 7-2. As we played under 2 minutes, Maxey steps back, launches it from the three-point line, and knocks it down. It was a near wing three, and Tyrese Maxey is on the board. 7-5, Sixers down by 2. Oubre strips it. Oubre steals it, and Oubre tries to finish with the right hand. He can't do so. Oh, man, Holland was right on him. All he had to do, though, was just be a little bit more aggressive and probably get a little bit closer to the basket, and he was not able to do so. Robinson downhill over to Paul Reed, and he throws it down with the right hand. He got by Watford. He was able to get a little jiggly with it and just threw it down with the right hand. 9-5 Detroit. And Sixers not playing well out in transition. Watford to Edgecombe. And now Maxey from the logo takes a three. It's a little bit short and it rims out. Paul Reed cleans the glass. Downhill and going up with a layup is Dennis Jenkins. He missed the shot. Good job on defense by Andre Drummond. Edgecombe rolling down the lane, and he gets fouled by Javonte Green. 8 minutes and 49 seconds to go in this first quarter. So the Sixers had a three-pointer from Tyrese Maxey and also a layup from Trendon Watford, and that's all the scoring that has been done so far. Javonte Green did get called for a foul as Edgecombe is now at the line. VJ swishes the first free throw, makes it a 9-6 game. Rap City Shady says, I'm tuning on in over from Houston. What's up? Good day, everybody. I'm so happy to see you all. Maxey for 35, and VJ gets his groove back. Solid 18. And Oubre with a 20. Ooh. Second foul shot. That's up, and that's in. Edgecombe 2 for 2 from the line. Excellent. Sixers trail by 2. And Oubre plays defense all over Holland, who hands it off over to Duncan Robinson, who launches a three, and he makes it. I mean, his defender was right in his face, and he hit it from 26 feet. So the Sixers are now down by 5. Duncan Robinson picked up by the Detroit Pistons during the offseason, able to cash in his first three of the day. And also has 2 assists as well. Maxey turns around, tries to hit a 2, and the ball gets volleyballed into the hands of Paul Reed, but then he turns it over. Oubre's right there, finds Watford cherry-picking, and Watford is able to dunk it with the right hand. Paul Reed got the rebound, and Oubre, as soon as he dribbled it, Oubre stuck his hand in the cookie jar, and the Sixers are now down by 3 points. He got the assist, and he got the steal. We have a foul called. It's a personal foul on VJ Edgecombe over on the other side of things, and so a stoppage in play. It was a foul on the floor, each team so far with 1 foul. Sixers trail 12-9. We've played 4 minutes and 10 seconds of game time so far. We are going to make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. And I think that is good. Yes. Got that up and got that running. 12-9 Detroit. A little inbound pass and a swing out over to a wide-open man for 3. That was Javonte Green, who couldn't hit it from 26 feet. Adembona is back in there for the Sixers. He got the rebound. Edgecombe lost the ball in a turnover. Robinson playing chest, finding his man downhill, and Oubre thought that he blocked the shot, but there's a foul called on Kelly Oubre as Javonte Green was trying to throw it down with 2 hands. And Oubre thinks that he got all ball, but they call shooting foul. Don't know if the Sixers should challenge this or not. It certainly did look like he had all ball there. It did. But curious to see if they are going to use the challenge or not. Probably not. First free throw, and that's in by Javonte Green. So obviously they don't challenge. There's Max. Illinois Sixers run no plays. What's going on? Every team we play rains threes on us. 13-9, Detroit. Second free throw by Green. It's Green. He knocks it down. 14-9, Sixers down by 2. Watford dumps it off over to Oubre, and the Sixers swing it around the timeline. Maxey zigzags in the lane, gets past one defender, takes it to the cup, and finishes on the right side of the baseline. And the Sixers are down by 3. Crafty work by Tyrese Maxey to find it and get right into the hole and just knock it on in. Again, the Sixers defense not doing a good job there as Reed got the ball. He was over on the three-point line, and he took it inside, and he tried to hit a 2. Couldn't do so, and it'll be Pistons basketball as the ball was last touched by the Sixers, and it goes out of bounds, and Detroit wants to have a timeout here. J.B. Bickerstaff is going to have a conversation with the rest of his ball club, and they'll be back. And, of course, the Sixers will be back, too. 14-11. All right, so let's take a sip of water. Again, let us know what your final score predictions are down below. I'm really happy to see everybody on here. It's cool. It's very nice to see everybody. Sixers money line right now is at plus 125, so Vegas is not favoring the Sixers. It's Detroit, who has a minus 160 money line. They aren't heavily favored, though. So, yeah, we went to the game on Tuesday. That was cool. And now we're back. We're back. So, good stuff. How have you guys been? I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. It actually feels nice to see everybody on here. And, yeah, that's really cool. How's everybody doing in chat? Let us know. Let's take a look at some other scores around the NBA. We'll do that now. There's actually only 2 other games going on. You got the Heat taking on the New York Knicks. It's 43-39 New York. They're playing at the Garden with 9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The Nets, they lead it by 14 points, 46 points for Brooklyn. And there's 8 minutes and 55 seconds to go in quarter number 2. We got a lot of games that are going to be underway at 8 o'clock. 4 to be exact. It will be Trailblazers, Rockets, Hornets, Bucks, Kings, Timberwolves, and Lakers, Pelicans. Then at 8:30, it'll be Clippers and Mavericks. And at 9:30, you got the Warriors taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Thank you all so much for subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 100 likes. Make sure that you guys hit that thumbs up button. Spread that word, too. If you guys know of other people that can't watch the Sixers games, please tell us, or please tell them about us, and spread that word. Back at Little Caesars Arena, the Sixers are down by 3 points to the Detroit Pistons. So, it's a 14-11 ball game. Pistons are 5-1 at home, and they are on an 8-game winning streak. They're playing without Cade Cunningham. They are also without Jaden Ivey. They're, I believe, still without Isaiah Stewart as well. So Ivey's not playing. Jalen Duren's not playing. Sor Thompson is out. And Cade Cunningham is out too. Tobias Harris is out. Isaiah Stewart is actually playing in tonight's game. He was, at first, a game-time decision. So he is in there. 14-11 Pistons. Robinson gets the inbound pass, tries to float it up and in, and he does. Sixers could not guard him. They had no response, and the defense just went MIA right there. The assist goes to Dennis Jenkins. Here's Oubre. Gives it over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey says, go to the rack, Kelly. And he does, and he gets it blocked by Paul Reed. Reed stares him down, and it's now 4-on-4 ball. Reed gets back into the picture as Robinson hands it off over to Paul Reed. Reed back over to Robinson, and a corner three-pointer that goes in and out by Ronald Holland II. He wanted it. He cried wolf and said, why didn't that go in? And speaking of going on in, VJ Edgecombe launches a three from the near wing and connects for Philadelphia. The Pistons try to answer back with a three themselves. No can do. Bona rebound, outlet pass to Maxey. Maxey for the tie. Puts it up, and he's fouled. It just went out. And he will have to earn his stripes at the free throw line. Paul Reed is guilty for committing the foul there. And with about 5:48 left to go, Sixers, again, down by 2. Love the little pass by Trendon Watford out in transition by the Sixers, by the way. For him to just be able to give that dime over to VJ Edgecombe, who shot it in stride. Good for VJ to get that one to go, and a great assist as well. So we have a couple of substitutions as the first free throw is good by Tyrese Maxey. Jabari Walker comes on in. Quentin Grimes will also step on in as Edgecombe and Watford will take a seat. Stewart also steps on in for the Detroit Pistons, and so does Chaz Lanier. The tie for Tyrese Maxey. Got it. And we are knotted up at 16 apiece.
Excellent.
5:44 left to go in this opening quarter. Stewart trying to post up at them Bona. Bona jumps, and Stewart finishes with the left hand. He got him jumping. He was right down low on the block and beat his defender, and Bona could not stand his ground. 18-16 Pistons and Sixers right in the seesaw. Oubre dribbling in between the legs, inside the three-point line, gives it off to Grimes. And Quentin gives it back to Oubre. Oubre for the lead. No, it's short. It was a straight-on 3 and rebounded by Detroit on the other side. It's Holland, Green, Jenkins, Stewart, and Lanier out there for the Pistons. Another wide-open 3 for Detroit. They can't hit it. Rebounded by Jabari Walker, that is. And now Tyrese Maxey has the ball. Maxey crosses on over, and we have a whistle called on Detroit. Looked like it was away from the play there. And it'll be on Isaiah Stewart. He gets called for a defensive 3-second violation. And Tyrese Maxey will head on over to the line to shoot the technical free throw. Oh, what's up, chat? The foul shot by Tyrese Maxey is good. And the Sixers do trail by 1. Any more predictions on tonight's Sixers game? Comment down below. 4:44 left to go in the opening quarter. Maxey gets the inbound pass from Oubre. 4:39 left to be played. Maxey from the free throw line puts up a foul line J and can't get it home. In and out it goes. Stewart rebound. And the Pistons will try to add on to their lead. However, an offensive foul is called on Isaiah Stewart. And the Sixers will get the ball back. 18 points for Detroit. By the way, Tyrese Maxey has scored about half of the Sixers' points. The Sixers have posted 17 points in this first quarter, and Tyrese Maxey has 8 of those points. He is 2 for 5 from the field and 1 for 2 from downtown. Oubre goes in between the legs as he gets it past half court, hands it off to Grimes. Grimes is blitz. Grimes gets some space, though, puts up a tray and can't make it. And the Pistons, again, will get it over on the other side. Here's a wide-open three-pointer, and thank goodness that was missed. That was Andre Drummond's man, Javonte Green, just stepping into a 3, not being able to knock it down. Sixers rebound, and they will head to the other side, and we have a whistle called on Detroit. It'll be Javonte Green who is the one guilty for committing the foul, I believe. We're about 4 minutes left remaining in this first quarter. Grimes goes with his right hand, gets the inbound pass, tries to beat his defender as he spins, turns, puts up a 2, and it goes in and out again. A little bit short, and then it just could not get the friendly trickle. Stewart catches, puts up a 3-point shot. Way too much on that shot, and the Sixers have the rebound again. Maxey gets a screen, lets it fly from the left wing. Can't hit it. And another board by the Pistons. Again, it'll be on Isaiah Stewart. He has been crashing those rebounds. Puts up a 2 on the other side, can't get to it, and he'll try to tip up his own miss, and he can't get that one to go either. Maxey rebound. Maxey trying to go coast to coast, finish with the left hand, got it to go, and the Sixers take the lead. That's now 10 points for Tyrese Maxey, number 0, just doing things for Philadelphia. 19 points for the Sixers, 18 for the Pistons. And again, the lineup out there for the Sixers, it's Drummond, Oubre, Maxey, Walker, and Grimes. A wide open 3 by the Pistons. It's good. Chaz Lanier knocks it down. Isaiah Stewart gets the assist. It was 5-on-4 basketball. Lanier knocked it down from the corner, and the Sixers will call a timeout. It'll be their first one that they use for tonight. 2:36 left to go in the opening quarter between Philadelphia and Detroit. All right, let's take a sip of water. Folks, we are 10 subscribers away from getting to 8150. Longball's here. What's up, Longball? This should be a banger of a game. 2 very evenly matched teams. I agree. And again, the Pistons are missing Cade, of course, and they're missing some of their starters, but there's no excuse why this Sixers team, can't get it done. You know? They have to go out there. They have to execute. They have to knock down shots. And right now, if we take a look at how both teams are doing, I mean, the stats don't lie. They really don't. The Sixers are 2 for 7 from beyond the arc. The Pistons are 3 for 11, and the Sixers are getting actually a little bit lucky because again they're giving up wide open looks. They miss Paul George. It is no coincidence that whenever Paul George is not there, and again he hasn't played at all this year. I understand, but he is just such a great defensive player. And he's really good on the perimeter. So for them to just not have him, there's just been so many wide open looks that teams are getting. And the rest of the team has to do a better job at rotating. They do. They do have to do a good job at that. But they just have not been able to do so throughout this season. And when you're playing against teams above 500, you can't make them take so many wide open threes. But the Sixers are down by 2. The Pistons are 8 for 23 from the field. Sixers are 6 for 16. So, Mitch is here. What's up, Mitch? How are you? Go Sixers, he says. Guys, mods, drop his link down below, too. He is doing the Sixers game as well. So if you guys want to go check him out, you most certainly can. Quentin has to make his shots. Yes, he does. The one thing, I'm a big fan of Quentin Grimes. I really don't want to misspeak here. I'm a big fan of Quentin Grimes. I also understand why this guy is not considered to be a max level type of a player. Because there are games where he looks so lethal out there. There's games where he could put up 25, 30 points a night. But then he has games where he just turns the ball over like 6 times. And it's like quicksand. I mean, like the ball just gets out of his hands so quickly. And, that definitely has hurt the Sixers at times when they do play him too much. You never know which version that you're going to get out of him. But he has also stepped up in the fourth quarter, too, and has made some big-time shots early on in the season. I have seen that as well. It's just, you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. Edgecombe puts up a three-pointer off the inbound pass, puts it up, and puts it in! VJ Edgecombe on a dribble handoff, well executed, and a nice play called by Nick Nurse out of that timeout. All right, here is a little bounce pass outside from the Pistons. It's Robinson, Stewart, Klintman, LeVert, and Lanier all out there. Here's a foul line jumper from Lanier, and he knocks it down, and Detroit goes back up by 1. 2 minutes left to go in the opening quarter between Philadelphia and Detroit. Watford back to Grimes. They swing it around the timeline. Watford now has the ball. He's over on the right side. Dribbles past Duncan Robinson. Now gets double-teamed, and he needs help. Finds Grimes. Grimes with a dime over to Edgecombe, and Edgecombe's three-point shot is airballed, and we have a foul called. It'll be on Detroit. Walker tried to jump up for the ball, and Bobby Klintman, who is in there for the first time tonight for the Pistons, is the one guilty for committing the foul, and that'll reset the shot clock to 24 seconds. There were about 1.5 seconds left on the shot clock. And so the Sixers they will get 14 seconds, on the shot clock. They messed that up. I always forget when they inbound it. Even when there's a foul, it's 14 seconds. So the inbound pass goes over to Jabari Walker, and he gets blitz, and another foul is going to be called. This time it'll be on Lanier. That'll put the Sixers in the bonus. And I believe we'll have some free throws. There's J.B. Bickerstaff, who's in his second season as the head coach for the Pistons. 94 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Walker is at the foul line, and he will try to tie the game up here, and he does as the ball trickles on in. Sixers are looking to end this Pistons 8-game winning streak. Philadelphia 7-4. They are 3-2 on the road. They're coming off of a win against the Boston Celtics. They won 102-100. Second foul shot, got it.
Excellent.
1:29 left to go in the first quarter, and we have a foul caught on the Sixers. It was a Hail Mary pass for the Detroit Pistons, and then Grimes fouled a Piston. Actually, they will say that Jabari Walker got called for a defensive 3-second violation. Really? They were showing Grimes for a second, and then they showed Jabari Walker. So Robinson will try to tie the game, and his foul shot is too strong. Duncan Robinson, we talked about him a little bit earlier. 5 points tonight, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. This guy's now 31 years old. He's been in the NBA for 7 years. And, this is his first season with the Detroit Pistons. He spent his first 6 years with the Miami Heat. Here's a catch-and-shoot three by Isaiah Stewart, and he knocks it down. Are you kidding me? 26-24. Isaiah Stewart able to hit it from downtown, and the Sixers will try to respond. Watford trying to part the Red Sea, but he gets fouled from behind, and he will earn his stripes at the line. Duncan Robinson has shot 75% from the foul line, but he's actually shooting 45% from three. This guy was coming off of a really incredible performance where he was 7 for 10 from downtown against the Chicago Bulls. He's just been heating up like a microwave, really. 7 threes in 28 minutes for Duncan Robinson in his last game. So we have some free throws coming up. Watford does miss the first one. It was a little bit short, and then danced off over towards the right side. Watford's second foul shot. He will swish it that time.
Excellent.
68 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Philadelphia does trail by 1. The Pistons give it back to Robinson, who pump fakes, almost lost the ball. He was on the wing, and then he tried to take it to the cup, put up a 2, reverse layup, can't get it. Sixers rebound. Watford on the other side. Dribbles with the left hand, looking for help. Finds Edgecombe over at the logo. Now Edgecombe is being blitzed. What's he going to do? He will actually step back over on the logo and then try to take his man over towards the elbow. Swings it outside to Watford. 2 seconds left in the shot clock. Has to go with a shot here, and he does, and it almost went in, and Drummond tips it back, and that time it goes in. First time was not the right one, but the second time was a charm. 5 seconds separating the game clock from the shot clock. 27-26, Sixers lead it by 1. Andre Drummond gets his first basket of the night. Klintman comes up with a screen as Lanier has the ball. Hands it back off over to Klintman, who finishes in traffic with a 2. And Detroit is up by 1. 7.7 seconds left to go. Edgecombe gets the inbound pass. What's he going to do? Edgecombe looking to take the final shot here. Goes down the lane. Tries to go with the layup inside. And the ball goes out of bounds with 0.3 seconds left on the game clock. Shot clock, of course, unplugged. And it'll still be Sixers ball. Good defense by the Pistons. Isaiah Stewart again gets his hand on that shot, and so does Karis LeVert as well. They both got their hands on it. So 0.3 seconds left to go. They will actually say that it's now Detroit basketball, technically. So Robinson inbounds it, and that's going to do it. The Detroit Pistons lead it by 1 as they go into quarter number 2. I'd like to see a replay as to who was really last touched by, but they said that Edgecombe touched it last. And we're going to go into the second quarter. Sixers down 28-27. Be right back. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well. We are now 7 subscribers away from getting the 8150. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ, where we go on. We do like a radio style of a play-by-play call for Sixers games, and we hope that you guys enjoy this. Sixers, of course, will start with the basketball because they lost the opening tip. Quentin Grimes finds Andre Drummond, who rolls towards the basket, hangs onto the rim, and the Sixers will take the lead 29-28. So it's Drummond, Edgecombe, Edwards. Dominic Barlow is also out there, too, for the Sixers. He is back. Welcome back, Dominic Barlow. And Quentin Grimes back out there as well. A floater inside, up and out. And the Sixers try to get the rebound. It was Dominic Barlow fighting for the ball. Says, give me my money to Ronald Holland II, who ended up missing that 4-foot floater right before it was rebounded by Barlow. His first game back since October 25th. He had that right elbow problem that he was out with. Was able to, again, just get a rebound there. This is a guy who's very athletic, who's also very agile, and the Sixers could certainly use size and athleticism And he certainly does give that to them. Edgecombe puts up a tray again. He is on fire. VJ Edgecombe from the far corner. That's his third three of the night. He is 3 for 4. Back in rhythm, back in stride. Reed with a dribble handoff over to Duncan Robinson. Edgecombe is also 3 for 5 from the field. We have a foul called on Philadelphia as Ronald Howland II tried to take it over to the rack. The foul is issued on Dominic Barlow. Look at that pass to Edgecombe, got the pass in stride, and Justin Edwards got the assist. It was a personal foul, by the way, on the Sixers. They actually called it on Justin Edwards. 32 points for Philadelphia, 28 for Detroit. 5 seconds left in the shot clock as the ball's inbounded. Edgecombe playing defense all over Jenkins. Jenkins to Robinson, another contested three, and Quentin Grimes was all over him. Duncan Robinson playing NBA 2K, able to hit a three-pointer with great defense. I mean, you can't guard him any better, and he still made that three. That was unreal. Grimes zigzagging through the lane. Kicks it out to Barlow. Wide open three for him. Bullseye! Dominic Barlow from the near corner and Quentin Grimes with the apple there. 35-31. Sixers lead it by 4. A contested 2 by Jenkins on the other side. Barlow catches the board. Outlet pass to Grimes. One more to Edwards for 3. And another three-point shot made by Philadelphia. 38 points and a timeout taken by Bickerstaff. The Sixers have come out of this second quarter knocking down 3 threes, and they have put up 38 points in this game, an 11-3 scoring run to start off quarter number 2 by the Sixers. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Grimes with 3 dimes. VJ Edgecombe, 11 points so far for him. And Tyrese Maxey, who didn't even start off the second quarter, he has 9 points. He has 10 points today. Andre Drummond is 4. I think it's safe to say that Andre Drummond is back to his old rebounding style. He really is. I don't know, man. I think that he just didn't have as good of a season last year, and he looks like he is in shape. He looks like that he's just smashing rebounds and doing what the Sixers need them to do, and that is big. I'm just hoping that he can continue to do that. He's a +5 out there on the court. VJ Edgecombe is a +9. The Sixers bench so far has looked very good. Barlow hit a 3. Also had some nice rebounds, too. Good to see him back out there. That's just in 2 minutes, too, by the way. Justin Edwards. This guy, Justin Edwards. You talk about a guy that just goes undrafted, right? And is playing now in his second season. Okay, this guy, what he did in the fourth quarter of the last game was unbelievable. He was 5 for 6 from 3. And he closed out that deal. He was the reason why the Sixers ended up closing that game with a W. Really. Outstanding stuff for him. And a very good performance by Justin Edwards. Yeah, he shot 83% from 3. And it's good to see him pick up right where he left off. What else do we got? Bernardo is here. What's up, Bernardo? Yes. What's up, Bernardo? How are you? Guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Please just get active in chat. I really want to see what you guys have to say. I'm ready, in all honesty, with just how this team is playing lately. It makes me feel very, very good. It makes me happy. When teams are winning, it just makes you feel like you're in a very good mood. It's just insane. 11-3 run by Philadelphia. Here is Detroit. It'll be Jenkins on the other side, giving it back for a wide-open three by Javonte Green, and Javonte Green hits it, and he will go to the line to shoot one more as well. The 31-year-old knocking it down from the far wing. Edwards fouled him as he jumped in the air, and he hit him right after the shot went up and in. And a terrible closeout by Justin Edwards, and that's why the Pistons can cut it to a one-possession ball game. 38 points for the Sixers and 34 for the Pistons. The foul shot is good, and now it makes it a one-possession ball game with about 9 minutes and 33 seconds to go. Sixers lineup. It's Edgecombe, Edwards, Barlow, Grimes, and Drummond. There's Barlow over on the near wing trying to find Grimes cutting back door to the basket, and as Barlow threw it, the ball ended up hitting the leg or the foot of Javonte Green, so they will call a kicked ball violation. And the Sixers will get to inbound it again. Grimes on the inbound pass over to Dominic Barlow on the wing, steps over to the top of the key and then throws it away and trying to solo it and getting it rejected by Barlow on the other side. That was Ronald Holland II, and a foul is called on Barlow himself. Sixers will call for a timeout here. Looks like he actually did block the ball. That was a clean block, and they will challenge this. That's why the Sixers called for time. They think that they have a very good point here, and honestly, I can't say that they don't. I think that they do. 38-35, Sixers lead it by 3. It'll be a coach's challenge on Nick Nurse. And we'll see what the verdict is once they return from the break. Let's take a look at some other scores around the NBA. All right. Ouch to the 4-point play. Yeah, I agree. 38 points for the Sixers, 35 for the Pistons. We'll take a look at some other scores. Hardcore, it's good to see you, my friend. Miami is down 78-68 at the half. Karl Anthony Towns is 31 points. He's leading the way for the Knicks. The Nets, they lead it by 4 against the Orlando Magic, 58-54, Brooklyn. And in the first quarter, you got the Hornets and the Bucks. They are underway. All the 8 o'clock games are going on right now. 12-11, Charlotte with 6:40 left to go in the first quarter. The Timberwolves already on an 18-7 start in quarter number 1 as well. They're playing the Sacramento Kings. The Lakers are playing out in New Orleans. Lakers are 8-4. Pelicans 2-9. Marcus Smart leading the way for LA with 7 points. 16-11 Lakers. And those are all your scores around the NBA. All right. David Jones is also here. What's up, my friend? How are you? Hello, JJ. Let's go Sixers, he says. Yes. Got to stop the bleeding. Well, maybe this challenge will go their way. It looked like it was a clean block on my end. Karl Anthony Towns at the half, man. 31 points, 11 for 16 from the field, and he is 6 for 10 from 3. He cannot be stopped tonight. Wow. Crazy. So we'll see what the verdict is. So Barlow did foul, or did not foul on that play. It was a clean block, and now there will be a jump ball over at center circle. So the Sixers do retain their timeout, and their challenge was successful. And Dominic Barlow ends up coming away with a clean block on Ronald Holland II's shot. Cat will be out of gas by the fourth, Heat by 12. Dude, that's insane. All right. 38 points for the 76ers and 35 for the Detroit Pistons. Barlow going up against Paul Reed here at center circle. Barlow gets a hand on it, but it goes into the hands of another Detroit Piston, and the Pistons will be moving the ball from right to left. Robinson, Reed, Holland, Green, and Jenkins all out there for Detroit. Robinson gets the inbound pass, dumps it off over to Reed. Reed comes up with a screen now for Javonte Green, who goes up with a shot. Blocked by Adembona, still retained by Detroit, and the shot goes up by Holland. He has to get it up. It's no good. And about 4 players volleyball the basketball, and it ends up finding the hands of Justin Edwards for the 76ers. Maxey to Edwards, rewarding him with a 3. Jackpots! Justin Edwards has become a three-point assassinator over these last 2 games. He is now 7 for 8 for his last 8 threes. And another 3-point shot hit by another 3-point sniper, and that's Duncan Robinson. This guy has just been on fumes over his last 2 games as well. We mentioned that he was 7 for 10 in the last game. Edwards tries to go up with a 3 on the other side. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Barlow. Man, did they miss him. Edwards back to Maxey. Maxey rolls to the basket. He gets it blocked by Ronald Holland II. And a rebound by the Pistons. Here comes Holland going up with a 2 on the other side. Good defense by Bona. And he comes up with his miss. Maxey on the left wing, wants to ISO, now hands it off over to Barlow, who runs and rolls down the lane, finds Bona in the dunker spot, and then hands it off to Edgecombe, and Edgecombe's floater is no good. However, they will call defensive goaltending on the Detroit Pistons. 5-on-4 basketball for the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was because of Adembona's block on the other side. 43-38. Here comes Jenkins rolling into the lane, dumping it off over to Paul Reed. And Reed with a little skyhook over Adembona connects on that little layup. And it's now 43-40, Sixers up by 2. Or 3, that is. Maxey rolling down the lane, misses the layup. Bona cleans up the glass and throws it down with both hands. And the Sixers get another bucket as well. Edgecombe trying to play defense all over Green, who rolls towards the lane. Good defense by VJ Edgecombe, and a rebound by Dominic Barlow for the Sixers. Here's a little 3-point shot by Edgecombe on the other side. No. Offensive board by Adembona. Rolls it outside the Barlow. Barlow to Edwards from near wing the far wing for a 3. And Edwards can't hit that shot. In and out it goes. Pistons rebound. 6:20 left to go in the second quarter. And a timeout taken by the Pistons. They'll be back in just a little bit. We're going to take a quick step off. It's 45-40 Philadelphia. 6:19 left to play in the opening half. All right, we're back. Lombo says just wait until it happens. I've been a Knicks fan all my life. I've seen this way too many times. We rely on one guy to do everything by the fourth. He's gassed, and our 15-point lead gets blown in 4 minutes. That's how basketball is, man. It's a game of runs, and that it happens. It really does. It's absolutely insane. Smash that thumbs up button, says Long Ball. Let's go. Jacob Marino just tweeted this out. Even though his last attempt misfired, Justin Edwards looks much more comfortable catching and shooting for spot-up threes. And he's right. Pistons will inbound it over from the near sideline. There's Lou. What's up, man? All right, so Edwards will take a seat. Wendell Moore, Karis LeVert, and Isaiah Stewart are back in the game for the Pistons. Sixers got to play defense. 6:13 left to go in the second quarter. Pistons get the inbound here. And so Green goes zigzagging into the lane, gives it up over to Stewart on a handoff, and Isaiah Stewart finishes with the left hand. That was a disgusting pass from Karis LeVert, excuse me. So LeVert on the little handoff there over to his man, and he was able to finish it with a 2. Maxey's three-point shot gets blocked. Barlow comes up with his miss, and Barlow tries to put it back up and in. The ball gets deflected off the hands of Bona and into the breadbasket of Karis LeVert. LeVert at the three-point line, gets a screen, steps back, lets it fly, and it razzles and dazzles in, and we're tied at 45 apiece. 5:30 left to go in the second quarter. Karis LeVert, the former Brooklyn Net, able to cash on in and able to tie this baby up. Maxey with the rock, tells Oubre to step up, gives it up over to Oubre at the top of the key, dribbles with the left hand, goes down the lane, puts up a 2. It was contested, and good defense by Detroit, but a foul is called. It'll be on Karis LeVert. And Oubre, I believe, will head on over to the line. It was shoot 2 free throws. That's what it looks like. So Karis LeVert able to knock down a 3 on the other side. He got a beautiful screen set by Stewart. And Oubre could not stay on him. Tried to fight through the trees there. And that's how we are tied at 45. Oubre will try to untie the ball game. And the first one he airballs. He airballed a free throw. Oh, my gosh. That was the last time that that's happened for Kelly Oubre. Oubre's 29 years old. He is still looking for his first point of the game. He's averaged 18 points per game this season. Second free throw, it actually hit the back iron, and it went in. Excellent. Philadelphia up by 1. 5:05 left to go in the second quarter. Oubre trying to stay on his man, and they'll swing it outside. Another three-point shot is up, and it's good by Javonte Green. Karis LeVert, I got to tell you, this guy has eyes behind his back. He knew exactly where Javonte Green was on the court, and he was able to fire it for a 24-foot shot. Here's a little steal by Detroit, and the ball ended up going out of bounds. Javonte Green able to get a steal off of a terrible pass by Trendon Watford, and then the ball ended up going on out of bounds. It was over on the far sideline as he got the steal. Edgecombe back out there for the Sixers, dribbling down the lane, dumping it off over to Maxey. Maxey on the left elbow, gives it back over to Watford, and will hand it back off over to Maxey. Maxey's three-point shot is up, and it's no good. He had to fire it. It was desperation mode for the Philadelphia 76ers. Terrible play call there. Another foul called on the Sixers as the Pistons did get the ball. And we'll see who the foul is on. 4 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in this first half. It'll be on VJ Edgecombe, and that'll be his first personal foul of the game. Now it will be Quentin Grimes who comes on in. Is that really his first foul? That's his second personal foul. Excuse me. 4:18 left to be played in the second quarter. Ball gets inbounded over to Detroit. The Pistons have Green, Stewart, Moore Jr., LeVert, and Lanier out there. And here's a wide-open 3 that's up and in by the Pistons. And Javonte Green, the 31-year-old, he's now 3 for 5 from downtown. And the Pistons lead it by 5. It's their largest lead of the game. Watford going down the lane, floats it up, and he couldn't get it. He wanted a foul call there, wasn't going to get it. And so the Pistons are rolling over to the lane again. Another wide-open three-point shot is no good. That was Javonte Green. He's human. It was a little bit short. Maxey rebound. Maxey taking it over on the other side, trying to go coast to coast, and finishes with the right hand through traffic and lays it up and in. Tyrese Maxey give him 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist in this ball game. 51 points for the Pistons. Here's a shot that goes up and a foul called on Andre Drummond. Wow. Pistons are in the bonus, by the way. We had a hard foul on Andre Drummond. It was Caris LeVert again with just a nice pass. Almost stolen, though, by Drummond. LeVert went behind Trendon Watford's back, bounced it over to Javonte Green, who was cutting back door. And Javonte got fouled by Andre Drummond. He took a little hit there, so it took him a little bit of time to get on up. Now he's up and will go to the free throw line. Lou says you can miss, but to airball a free throw as an NBA player, that's bad. First foul shot is up and in by Javonte Green. Wendell Moore Jr., who was in the game, this guy is 24 years old. Started off his career with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then he went to Detroit and spent last year with Detroit and then played 16 games with the Charlotte Hornets. Now he's back with the Pistons after all that. Missed free throw, offensive rebound by the Pistons. They try to lay it up and in with Isaiah Stewart, and it most certainly works. It's a 6-point lead for the Pistons. Sixers could not box out right there. Here's Grimes handing it off to Watford for three. His shot was a little bit short. And another board by the Pistons yet again. Chaz Lanier with the basketball, gets a screen set by Stewart and dumps it off and puts up a three. And Lanier's three-point shot is a little bit short again. And the Pistons will turn it over. It'll be Sixers basketball with 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the opening half. All right, let's go. Get some points here. You gotta come up with some better play calls. You really do. See what they draw up here. Grimes dribbling in between the legs, goes over to the rack, puts up a two, and he got fouled pretty hard and took a big trip over to the deck. Andre Drummond also got tangled up on that play. It looked like Javonte Green went flying out there as Grimes got fouled by him. And it'll be in the act of shooting. Grimes will shoot some free throws. What's up, chat? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. Let us know how you guys are feeling about this Philadelphia 76ers team in the chat down below. Grimes with his first free throw. It's good. This guy is certainly had his struggles from the line this year. He also gets his first point of the game. Came off of an 18-point game in his last outing, turned the ball over 4 times, but he had 6 rebounds and 4 assists as well. Also was 3 for 6 from beyond the arc. He's now 25 years old. Second free throw by Grimes. Got it to go.
Excellent.
Sixers trail by 4. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to be played in this second quarter. Detroit is in the bonus. Sixers are in the foul limit. Here's a three-point shot by the Pistons, and they cannot be stopped. That's Dennis Jenkins. Another wide-open three that the Sixers just cannot close out on. It is unbelievable. It's unfathomable, and it's disgusting. Oubre gets the handoff from Andre Drummond, and Oubre rolls to the rack, takes it for 2, hits it, and it's a 5-point deficit again for Philadelphia. Here's a nice block by Grimes as Oubre lost his man. Grimes stepped up, and he swatted the basketball away. Oubre back to Drummond, and it's intercepted by Javonte Green, who rolls towards the basket, lays it up, lays it in, and Oubre is down, and he is sitting up. But he will get back up 59-52, a 19-7 run by the Pistons, and the Sixers just have been really bad on transition defensively. Drummond rolling to the lane, going up with a 2, and somehow got it on in. You know, it's like maybe took a couple of extra steps. 59-54, Philadelphia again down by 5. The shot goes up for the Pistons. It was a layup and a foul called on VJ Edgecombe. Oh, man. They actually called defensive goaltending on Kelly Oubre Jr. Why is the screen freezing? Is that really goaltending by Edgecombe too? Yeah, they called Edgecombe for a defensive goaltending. I didn't really see that. I don't know about that. Edgecombe slicing and dicing towards the lane, putting up a 2, but they're going to say that it's going to be a turnover on Edgecombe because he traveled. Oh, what is going on here? Edgecombe traveling 1, 2, That's 61-54. Detroit leads it now by 7, and another whistle called. This will be on the Sixers again. Pistons have put up 9 points off of the Sixers' turnovers today. Sixers have only capitalized 2 points on Detroit's turnovers. 38.7 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The momentum is certainly not on Philadelphia's side. And Duncan Robinson will head back to the line. And he will knock down his first free throw. Make it 62-54 Pistons. Oh, man, they got to step up. They have got to play better on offense. Free throw number 2 by the Pistons, it's good. Sixers have gotten outscored by 8 in this second quarter. Largest lead by the Pistons. Here is Maxey again rolling down the lane, getting his defender on skates, trying to put up a little layup inside, but it's rejected by Javonte Green. And a rebound by the Pistons. Outlet pass to Duncan Robinson. 15 seconds left to go in this second quarter. And with the ball now, it's Jenkins at the top of the perimeter, who's being guarded by Watford. Now Maxey steps up on him. They'll give it up over to Robinson. Robinson pump fakes, puts up a three-pointer. Short. Drummond with a rebound in the three-quarters court. Prayer is airballed, and that's going to wrap up the second quarter. So the Sixers started off on the right foot in quarter number 2 and then just went absolutely stale, and they looked tired, they looked fatigued, and they just could not get into a strong rhythm. And we'll talk a little bit more about it as we go on into the break. 63 points for the Pistons and 54 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Got to clean it up, man. You got to clean it up, and you got to play better. We'll be right back. Give us about 2 minutes or so, and then we'll do a little halftime report, and we'll talk all about it. We'll see you very, very soon. Welcome on into the Philadelphia 76ers halftime show here with JJ. Oh my gosh! All right, well let's just talk about that second quarter because that was awful. That was so bad, man. They got outscored 35-27 in that second quarter, and they just did not look. I mean, they started off the quarter fine. They were playing good basketball, and that was actually without Tyrese Maxey out there, which is the funny part about it too. But Justin Edwards was hitting his shots. You saw a couple of wide-open plays. You saw some really good ball handling from Quentin Grimes. He got himself a couple of assists. They started off on a great run in that second quarter, but then things ended up going a little bit stale afterwards. And some of these lineups, I mean, it just did not work. Duncan Robinson is just hitting the ball from three and just continues to just play very good basketball. I think that the biggest difference of this game, if I'm being completely honest with you, is that the Pistons are getting wide open looks from three and they're cashing on in. This is just why the perimeter defense has been so bad for the Sixers. And it's because they're not rotating well. They're getting back in transition very slowly. They're not able to keep up with fast-paced teams out in transition. And that is not only, that to me is not on the players. That's all coaching, right? That's on Nick Nurse because this is what you have to have your team ready for. You just do. And it looks like that guys are just going after the ball and they're not getting back into a zone. That is on coaching. It's not that they can't get back, but they're paying more attention to who has the ball rather than figuring out where to be on the court. That's a coaching problem. That's not on the players. It's on the players for them to get back on defense and for them to be able to physically do that, but a lot of guys are just stepping up on the ball and they're not playing in a zone, and that is what sucks. So that no wonder why they're not able to close out. You saw Isaiah Stewart get himself a little layup because Karis LeVert had the ball and all eyes went on him, and he went underneath the basket and just dribble-handed it off over to Stewart, and nobody was guarding him, and he ended up making a two. On the play right before or right after that, Karis LeVert gets a screen and he fights through one and gets fouled by, I believe it was Justin Edwards who committed the foul there, and there was an and one opportunity right then and there. So they're getting space, they're finding gaps, and they're attacking you on all cylinders, and that's why you're down in this game. And that part is a little bit annoying. So they have got to clean that up in the second half. I don't really know if I have confidence that they can do that. I think that they can. The question really is, will they? But yes, they're giving up a lot of wide open threes. This Pistons team is 11 for 22 from three-point range today. The Sixers are 7 for 20. They were making threes at a pretty high rate in the first quarter and even to start off the second quarter, and then they got stale. Why did that happen? I give credit to the Pistons for making adjustments. It seems like when Edgecombe was getting the ball at first, nobody could close out on him, and then they started to do a better job at figuring out where Edgecombe was, and they didn't give the ball. The Sixers didn't give the ball to him, so they said, make somebody else beat you, and they really haven't been able to find that other person. Tyrese Maxey, 1 for 5 from three, and he's taken a lot of contested shots too. He's getting blitzed a lot, and he's not able to fight through the adversity. I want him to be more aggressive. I've been saying it for years and years that Tyrese Maxey has the potential to be an MVP caliber player if he's a little bit more aggressive and if he can get to the line. He doesn't have a whistle, and part of the reason why is because the referees just have not been good to him, but also at the same time, earlier, I mean, it was really tough. He wasn't always selling the calls. And tonight, I feel like it's just one of those nights where I can't necessarily blame the refs here because he's really not being assertive. He's not being aggressive enough to just sell the calls. He's not taking it to the cup. and I want him to try to do that, especially in the second half. You should not lose to this Detroit Pistons team. I understand that they've won 8 in a row. There's no Tobias Harris. There's no Cade Cunningham. There's no Jaden Ivey. There's no Asor Thompson. I mean, come on. Yes, you're missing Embiid, you're missing McCain, you're missing Paul George, but you still have plenty of talent to be able to carry you over. Duncan Robinson, if I have to see another wide-open three-pointer that he's able to make, I'm going to be very angry about that because this guy is just getting so much space. And again, you're not closing out. And that's the issue. There was one play in particular that I remember where Kelly Oubre got beat in the paint by Javonte Green. And then, luckily enough, Quentin Grimes stepped up and blocked the ball as he was going to the layup line. But even still, those are the types of things where you can't have somebody else bail you out. Kelly has to be better. The coaching has to be better. The defense overall has to be better. And the transition defense is really where you're getting hurt. And they're able to hit up a lot of spot-up threes, and they're killing you that way. That's not what you want. Trendon Watford, I don't understand why he has only played 5 minutes in this first half. I think that is ridiculous. I think that also Dominic Barlow only playing for 7 minutes is also ridiculous as well. Sorry, Watford actually has played in 12 minutes. I still think that he's deserved more minutes. Your versatile, your agile players have to play more. Justin Edwards, I get that he had 2 personal fouls, and you had to take him out of the game when you did. Understandable, right? But Jabari Walker, Dominic Barlow, and Trendon Watford need to be getting a lot of minutes. And I feel like that those guys just are not. And that, again, is on coaching. So, that's where I stand. I want to hear your thoughts, though, down below. And I want to see what you guys feel like the Sixers have to clean up here in the second half. And also, like, what's been bothering you this season? Because I feel like that now's a good time to bring this stuff up. I know that, again, they are 7-4. I get that. But some of these games that they've played, like the first time that they played against the Pistons, they choked. And they just didn't play as good of a brand of basketball in that second half. And their offense went stale. Their defense went MIA. Their transition game was awful. End of story. So, yeah. Not shooting the ball well from 3, giving up a lot of wide open looks. You were also out-rebounding this team very well, and for some reason in that second quarter, they out-rebounded you. Now you still have 2 more rebounds than they do, but you're down by 9 points. You're giving up so many fast break points, and they're just they understand what's coming, and you're not getting back on defense. And that's that. So we'll get to your points here at this at the half. And again, we want to hear from you guys. Brian's here. What's up, Brian? What's up, PAS? How are you doing, my friend? PAS, what's going on? PAS is PAS in the house. Hello, JJ and Philly Freaks. Shout out to you, man. Drop your link down below. Mods, you know what to do. Drop his link down below, too. Brian says, preach. Yeah, I mean, like, that really is the story, right? They're shooting 50% from 3, and why is that? It's because they're getting space. A lot of these guys, I'm telling you, if you're watching the game, they are just strictly looking at who has the ball, and they're not doing a good job rotating because you have 2 guys going after the ball handler, and it's like, why? Why are we doing that? Why are we trying to go after who currently has the ball out in transition? Get back on defense. Rotate. Stay in a zone. It's not rocket science. You know? So, that's what's biting them in the butt. Really. Too many stretches where they lack energy, says Lou. And look, part of that is lineups, right? Part of that is just lineup adjustments, and that is also on Nick Nurse as well. When it comes to coaching, again, we're not talking about the players not making their threes, okay? There were a couple of times where, you have the wide open three, and you're just not able to cash it in. That's on the players specifically. There's some times where I've seen during this year where guys are a little bit slow out in transition, and that's because they're just not able to get back for some reason on a play because they're down on the floor, they got to get up, and then you're playing 5-on-4 basketball. That's not coaching. That's on the players. There was one specific time where I saw Kelly Oubre went down, and he wasn't able to get up really fast enough, and now you're out on the 5-on-4. How do you stop that? Well, you got to pray, and you still got to rotate. I mean, you can't just pray. I was just joking about that, but it makes it a lot harder when one person is down. So that's on the players, but in regards to what's on the coaching staff, it's getting the players in a position to succeed. And that is what Nick Nurse has failed at doing this year. He started off, I thought that he was doing a fine job at it. I've seen so many dribble handoffs as well this year, and there was one play out of the timeout where it worked really, really well, and Edgecombe ended up making the three. It was a beautiful play call, not only because it worked, but it was a very good designed play call that was drawn up there. But how many of those dribble handoffs are we going to have to see this year? Your bread and butter play just cannot be a dribble handoff and a spot-up shot right there off the dribble. That's not going to work. Teams are going to find ways to adjust, and they're going to counter that with something else. They'll come at you with another screener, right? And somebody can fight through a screen, and then they're going to be able to block your shot. Period. So, unless you're like J.J. Redick and Joel Embiid, where you're spamming the dribble handoffs, and J.J. Redick is like one of the best shooters of all time. I would say that he's like one of the best shooters off the dribble handoff, but you don't really have one of those right now. So, 63-54, and we're going to start off the second half. The Sixers are so behind, it's on coaching. Yep. 63 points for the Pistons. All right, so the Sixers are back out there. Drummond, Maxey, Edgecombe, Grimes, and Barlow. Here's Edgecombe's three-pointer. That was actually a nice drawn-up play, but he just couldn't cash it on in. Pistons trying to go coast to coast. Three players were coming after the ball there, and now Holland gives it back over to Stewart, who rolls down the lane, puts up a two, and thank goodness Andre Drummond was there to play good defense. Grimes with the ball, dumps it off over to Drummond. Drummond to Maxey. Maxey almost turned it over. Luckily, Barlow was there to save his bacon. Barlow to Grimes for a three, and Grimes hits it from the top of the key. Maxey didn't even realize that the ball was coming to him again. That's just on coaching. It's insane. 11 minutes left to go in this third quarter. And a little step back from Paul Reed, but I believe that he picked up his pivot foot, so they're going to call it travel right there, and the Sixers will get the basketball back. Barlow sort of faked the dribble handoff over to Drummond, and then just gave it back to Grimes for that three. That's how they were able to cash it on in. Sixers have the ball. Maxey with a 14-foot jump shot, knocks it down, swishes it, and the Sixers do trail by 4 now. Robinson swings it over to Stewart. Stewart outside, over to Paul Reed, who goes up with a high arcing floater inside, can't get it. And VJ Edgecombe comes away with the rebound. Edgecombe slicing and dicing towards the lane. Can't hit the layup through traffic. Robinson rebound off of his miss. Duncan trying to go coast to coast. He airballs the shot. Barlow can't catch the rebound. Robinson gets his own miss. And now Paul Reed has the basketball. Takes a three over Drummond and can't do so. Paul Reed with a three off the dribble over Andre Drummond. That is disrespectful. I mean, come on. Maxey tried to get the ball back from Grimes and he almost turned it over. Paul Reed was right there and it went off of his hand. And so It'll be Sixers ball with 9:55 to go. Again, like, this is all just play calling. We're trying to get two guys involved. Everybody else is standing around. They're not moving. And what do you think's going to happen? It's very predictable. 9:55 left to go in the third quarter. The shot clock will reset over to 13. Edgecombe, by the way, 13 points. Him and Maxey combined. 27 points, 9 for 24 from the field, and 4 for 12 from 3. Edgecombe is 3 for 7. Dominic Barlow, 6 boards. Again, this guy's not getting a lot of playing time. He has to be out there. Here's Edgecombe, who gets the inbound pass over from Tyrese Maxey from the sideline. Edgecombe, what's he going to do? He dumps it off over to Grimes. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Grimes is double-teamed. Swings it outside over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe to Barlow for a catch-and-shoot 3. Dominic Barlow knocks it down. The shot clock was expiring. Timeout taken by the Pistons, and the Sixers are down by 1. Barlow is 2 for 2 from 3, and he's been doing it all. Let's go. Isn't it nice to have young blood out there? Let's go. Fire me up. Brian, you're the best, man. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, man. I'm happy that you enjoyed this. I'm happy that I can bring some smiles to people's faces, and hopefully, look, I mean, I can't control what this basketball team does, but I gotta call it like it is, right? And I realized that over the years, you know, this is our third season doing this now. I believe that this is actually technically our third and a half season doing the Sixers, because we started in December of 2022. So, yeah, we did like half of a Sixers season. And, yeah, so this is our 3.5 year of doing this. But I realized that this year, you know, what we really got to do is we got to give a little bit more analysis. We got to give a little bit, not saying that we don't give emotion, but there needs to be a little bit more of that, like, extra little commentary. Like, you know, you can give, like, the play-by-play all that you want and say, like, who has the ball, but sometimes, like, what really fills on in, like, if you're gonna miss a bucket, like, during the third quarter with, like, 5 minutes left to go, that's okay. But if there was, like, a big play before that, you got to talk a little bit more about that. So, sorry, that was just me putting on my geek cap. Probably didn't want to hear that, but that's okay. Once this game is back, we'll get back to the game. But yeah, that's how you start off a third quarter. 8-0 scoring run. It's sort of like what they did in the second quarter. But look, there was some bad plays. You saw Tyrese Maxey almost got away with a turnover. Luckily enough, Barlow was there to back him up, and then that led to a wide-open 3 by Quentin Grimes. So, again, the Sixers were able to capitalize there, which was nice, but just gotta continue to play good basketball, really. You gotta hit your shots, you gotta rotate, and I feel like I've just been banging that drum. I'm new to your channel, says Brian. Thanks, man. Yeah, no, we do play-by-plays for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. We've been primarily focusing on the Phillies, but yeah, I'm happy that you enjoyed this. 8-0 start by the Philadelphia 76ers. Reed got the ball, gets it stripped, though, by Edgecombe. That was a bad pass by Green, and he still was able to find Paul Reed. Sixers can't capitalize on a 3. It was missed by Barlow, and so a steal by Maxey off of a bad pass, and Maxey lays it up and lays it on in. So the Sixers actually got a bucket, sloppy basketball on both ends. Reed has the ball, gives it back, and we have a foul called on Philadelphia. Javonte Green just lost the ball. As soon as he got the rebound, he threw it away. Tyrese Maxey, being the safety that he is, was able to lay it up and lay it in. So he has 16 points. Sixers are up by 1. The personal foul, by the way, called on VJ Edgecombe. So that is his third personal foul of the game. Isaiah Stewart will come back in for Ronald Holland II, and Karis LeVert will enter in for Paul Reed. We have another whistle called as the ball's inbounded to Stewart, and Stewart ended up trying to put up a shot, and Tyrese Maxey gets called for a personal foul there. Boy, you don't want to foul these guys. You don't want to give them any sort of freebies with 9 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Already 2 fouls. Maxey gets a steal off the inbound pass. Finds Edgecombe floating to the lane, and he throws it down. Tyrese Maxey has been great on defense to start off this third quarter. Robinson with the basketball, dribbles with the right hand, dumps it off over to LeVert. He's blitzed at the top of the key, and he gives it back over to Reed, and Reed throws it out of bounds. It'll be Sixers basketball. Oh, my goodness. Karis LeVert tried to get the ball there, and Paul Reed stepped on out of bounds, and it'll be Sixers ball. And bad things for Detroit. Sixers trying to make them pay. Edgecombe tried to give it back over to Drummond on the outside. He could have taken the shot there. Maxey for 3. No. I don't know why Edgecombe didn't go up with a little floater inside. Nobody else was there, and he just dumped it off over to Drummond. What's going on? Drummond gets the rebound off of the missed layup by LeVert, finds Grimes out in transition, beating everybody to the rack, and he hits the layup with the left hand. Can you believe this? A 14-0 run by the 76ers to start off the third quarter. Oh, my goodness. Drummond with a steal on the other side. Drummond is going to solo it, and he throws it down again. 7:50 left to go in the third quarter. And they will actually call a turnover on Andre Drummond. They wave off the basket. They say that he traveled. Oh, my gosh. They call a double dribble on Andre Drummond. Oh, yes, that is the correct call. So they waved off the basket. And the Sixers, they only lead it by 5. 7:42 left to go in the third quarter. Here's a shot that is up and in by Javonte Green. My gosh, 68-65. Sixers up by 3. Maxey double team, puts up a floater, almost made it, almost doesn't count though. Drummond got the rebound, offensive board by him, and he finds Maxey, and Maxey floats it back in from the near corner. 70-65. Andre Drummond with his 8th rebound of the game. Stewart trying to go up against Drummond here. Drummond can't get the defensive rebound that time, but they're going to call a loose ball foul on Isaiah Stewart. And it'll be Sixers ball. Drummond went flopping down to the ground. He was actually pushed by Stewart a little bit. And I can't really say that that's a flop. That's a different type of a term, JJ. Come on. They call a loose ball foul on Isaiah Stewart. He just, as soon as Drummond was jumping up for the ball, he just sort of pushed him a little bit. Can't do that. Oh, my gosh. Edgecombe gets the ball, hands it off to Drummond for a near corner 3. Bang! Andre Drummond from the corner. And that makes up for the missed layup that he missed on the other side. A 19-2 scoring run in this third quarter. Do you believe your eyes? 6:35 left to go in quarter number 3. A catch-and-shoot 3 by Dennis Jenkins. Got it to go. And he puts a stop to the bleeding. 73 points for the Sixers and 68 for the Pistons. Grimes gets it, takes it over towards the rack, tries to solo it inside, and he gets to the cup and finishes with 2. 75-68. Here's another little pump fake by Isaiah Stewart, and he lost the ball. Grimes got his hands on it, finds Barlow. Barlow goes up with a layup, and the ball gets stripped out of his hands, and a foul called on Detroit. A lot of turnovers by these Pistons, and they have looked like that they are so clueless out there, and they've actually sort of looked a little bit like the Sixers because they just cannot get into rhythm. Sixers are playing bully ball, though, that's for sure, and they have also come out with an exclamation point in this third quarter so far. You got to give them credit, too, for that as well. So we have a Pistons timeout taken. Karis LeVert got called for a shooting foul. Tyrese Maxey has Trendon Watford right next to him. as Watford is talking things over with Maxey. I think that there was a little bit of some trash talking, and Watford wanted to get Tyrese Maxey out of that little pickle, if you will. And sort of rolled with him to the side, smiles with him. And so we have a timeout taken by the Detroit Pistons. A 21-5 outburst by the Sixers. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Man, I understand. Defense has been great, and guess what? The Pistons have been playing very sloppy basketball in this third quarter. I'll be completely honest with you. The one play that I really loved, and I'm going to go back to the play-by-play here. After it was to start off the quarter, Grimes made a nice three, right? And then Maxey made the pull-up jumper, but the play by Dominic Barlow, or the little pass that Edgecombe made to find Barlow for the three with the shot clock winding down, that was not a set play, right? Dominic Barlow had to improvise there, and Edgecombe was able to give it to him and said, you got to make this three. And that was a contested shot, by the way, and he made that shot, and I think that gave the Sixers the life that they needed. I really feel that way. And then the Pistons called a timeout. And then Tyrese Maxey, out of the timeout, gets a steal off of Javonte Green. That adds fuel to the fire, too, doesn't it? It's great. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icon, too, folks. Oh, man. I got to be honest with you. My throat is starting to hurt a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to push it. We'll see if we do. Of course, we're going to finish out the rest of this game, but I might not be able to do a post-game show. We'll see, though. So, what they didn't tell us is that the Pistons challenged. They challenged the play. They called a foul on Karis LeVert, and it looked like LeVert actually got a hand on the ball as Barlow was going over towards the basket, and he tried to make a layup, and he just stripped the ball out. So that is a block, and it'll be Sixers ball still. 20 seconds left on the shot clock, and Detroit wins their challenge. Didn't even know that they were challenging it. All right, 75-68. Sixers are up by 7. Maxey inbounds it and ends up getting the pass back over to him. Goes down the lane, and some little trickery as he hits the layup underhanded scoop. Some great ballet moves by Tyrese Maxey, and Dominic Barlow got the assist there. He was at the top of the key. LeVert outside to Stewart. Stewart gets the ball downhill, and Stewart throws it up, throws it on in, and one as well. Dennis Jenkins was over on the perimeter and tried to alley-oop pass it over to Isaiah Stewart. He caught it and then jumped up, got back on the ground, set his feet, and then just laid it up and in. And Edgecombe gets called for another personal foul. That's his 4th. So it's an and-one opportunity for Isaiah Stewart, and Edgecombe is still in the game. I'm surprised. 5:36 left to go, and he's already committed 4 personal fouls. Wow. I mean, you have to think that if he gets his 5th, obviously he's going to come out right now. Edgecombe back over to Barlow. The lineup for the Sixers, it's Drummond, Maxey, Edgecombe, Barlow, and Grimes. Maxey with the ball. A little give and go over towards the basket. Puts up a 2, and it's just a little bit short. And the screen froze again. So Tyrese Maxey can't hit the shot. We had a whistle called. Did he turn it over? Did he travel? He did. He did travel. Chaz Lanier will step on in for Duncan Robinson. Sorry about the screen freezing. And the Sixers turn it over there. The Pistons have Green, Stewart, Moore Jr., LeVert, and Lanier out there for them. They trail by 6. Lanier outside over for a wide-open 3 by Javonte Green, and he can't hit it that time. He's human. Green has been very good from beyond the arc. Edgecombe, or Edwards that is, gets it down the lane, a little pump fake, And he gives it back over to Barlow. Barlow to Drummond. Another three-point shot by Drummond. He got it. Oh, my goodness. This guy's living on the corner, and he's still knocking down threes left and right. The largest lead tonight by Philadelphia is 9, and that's where we stand, 80-71. Maybe you just want to keep feeding Andre Drummond the ball when he's at the corner. Drummond trying to play defense, and that time the Pistons almost hit a three, but the guy stepped on out of bounds. 4:19 left to go in the third quarter. Sorry about that. Again, I apologize. Our screen is freezing a little bit. 8 turnovers in this quarter by the Pistons. In case you're wondering, only 2 for the Sixers. Grimes almost lost the ball. The ball slipped out of his hand. Gives it back over to Edwards for a straight-on three, and Justin Edwards gets rolling, and he picks up right where he left off. You just got to play these guys, Nick. It's just plain and simple. Play the young fellas. 83-71. Edwards is now 3 for 5 from downtown. A catch-and-shoot three by the Pistons. Close but no cigar. Drummond with his 10th rebound of the game. Finds Edwards over on the near slot. Here is Maxey again, dribbling outside, and now backs up over towards the logo. Has Wendell Moore Jr. on him. Finds a three-point shooter, but we have a foul called and a turnover on Andre Drummond. It'll be an illegal screen on Drummond, who set a pick for Tyrese Maxey. Maxey decided not to use it, and Drummond turns the ball over. That's his third personal foul of the game. And again, we got 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go in this third quarter. Drummond today 5 for 6 from the field and 2 for 2 from the corner three. 3:25 left to go in this third quarter. LeVert with the ball, being heavily guarded by Justin Edwards. And can the Sixers play defense here? That's the question. Stewart gets it over on the foul line, hands it off over to Hollins the second, who ends up making the little dunk on the inside, a little tic-tac-toe play. Stewart gets the assist. And as the Sixers get the inbound, timeout taken by Nick Nurse with 3:03 left to go in quarter number 3. And so Nick Nurse wants to stop the bleeding. A 29-10 run by the Philadelphia 76ers, and they'll be back. I didn't really like that play there. I thought that the Sixers sort of were a little bit asleep at the wheel on defense. Remember how we've talked about over the it was 2 years ago when the Sixers were running a lot of those tic-tac-toe plays where Maxey would have the ball at the top of the key, and then Joel Embiid would get the little lob pass over at the foul line and then cut him backdoor. It was either Kelly Oubre Jr. or Nico Batum, and they were just able to make layups. Well, that's what the Pistons did on the Sixers right before that timeout was called. So, all right, Maxey with 20 points, Edwards with 9, Drummond with 12, Grimes with 9. The Sixers from three-point range are shooting the ball at a very high rate. They are actually, what are they now? 12 for 28 from 3. It's a lot better than 7 for 20, so you got to give them that. They're 5 for their last 8 from 3. You got talent. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Happy Friday. Hello, Daniel. What is up, my friend? Thank you for being on here, my guy. I appreciate you. All right. Yes. Sixers will inbound the ball as the timeout is over. Edwards over to Grimes. Now Maxey has it over on the outside. Wants to dribble with the right hand. Takes on his defender. Bounce pass over to Edwards. Edwards back to Grimes. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Grimes steps back. Tries to launch a three. And it's a little bit short. And a leaping rebound by Wendell Moore Jr. Man, he was right there. He was ready. He was locked and loaded with that rebound. Stewart rolling down the lane, trying to hit a layup on the other side. Andre Drummond could not stay on him, and Isaiah Stewart ends up getting the little layup. Lays it up, lays it in. Sixers lead is cut into single digits. Maxey with the right hand. Now goes behind the back. Puts up a three-point shot. Tyrese Maxey with a line drive. He sank that from the top of the key. 28-foot three-pointer by Tyrese Maxey. He knew exactly what he was going to do. When he went behind his back on the dribble, I mean, how do you stop that? Another catch-and-shoot three by the Pistons, and they cannot hit anything. Edwards leaps up with the rebound. Maxey to Grimes. Grimes looking to go inside, and he is fouled by Ronald Holland II, who ended up missing the three-pointer on the other side. Love that three that Maxey just took. I mean, he went behind his back on the dribble. That was a James Harden-esque type of a move. The defender thought maybe he was going to go to the rim with his right hand, and he sort of faked him out and ended up going a little bit behind the back. And then just was able to step right into a three. That's stuff that you just can't teach, really. 86-75, Sixers lead it by 11. Maxey double-teamed again. A little toss pass over to Grimes. Now Watford gives Maxey a little bit of space on the screen, and Maxey pulls and fires the trigger. Can't hit it, though, and a rebound by Detroit again. It's Ronald Holland II. Holland is going to go to the lane, take it from the near corner over towards the baseline, and he hits the layup and one. Adem Bona is back in for the Sixers. Forgot to mention that before. He's the one that just committed the shooting foul, and we'll have an and one opportunity for Ronald Holland II. Hope who's okay. Kelly Oubre is out for the rest of the game. Uh-oh. Just wanted to throw that out there. They just said that over on Twitter. We'll have more for you on that once we go to the break. The foul shot was good by Holland. Grimes has the ball, dumps it off over to Watford on the near wing at the top of the key. Maxey's blitz, and the ball goes out of bounds as Watford tried to hand it off over to Maxey, but it was last touched by Ronald Holland II. 6 seconds are left on the shot clock. 1:13 left to go in this third quarter, by the way, too. Maxey inbounds it over to Watford. Watford will just give it and go over towards the basket, and we have a whistle called against Watford. They'll call offensive foul. There was no pushing at all whatsoever by Trendon Watford. They said that he pushed his defender, and no, oh my gosh, what the? Paul Reed was on him. He didn't push him. Not even to the slightest. 1:11 left to go in the third quarter. Bad call again by the refs. Jabari Walker will step on into the game for Quentin Grimes. So it's an 8-point game, 32 points for the Sixers, and they have outscored them 32-15, and a whistle called again on Bona. Man, 2 fouls in just less than a minute. And now the Pistons are in the bonus, so again, we talked about it before. You don't want to give them any sort of life. You don't want to give them any sort of freebies, nothing like that. That's what Adem Bona just did right there. Still can't believe that they called offensive foul on Watford. I mean, there was no pushing at all. Maybe there was just a little bit of slight contact on the little on the little stiff arm there, but not much. 86-79 as the first foul shot is good by Dennis Jenkins. And Jenkins will make the second foul shot. He has 10 points in this game and 7 assists. So it's a 6-point game, a 2-possession lead for Philadelphia. Watford wants to hand it off over to Edwards. And finally, a whistle that goes the Sixers' way. It's Ronald Holland II who was blitzing Justin Edwards. Well, he fouled him and he pushed him, and that you can't do. So both teams are now in the bonus. 51.5 seconds left to be played in this third quarter. How's everybody doing in chat, man? What's going on? Line drive is an interesting term for a basketball shot. Yeah, I'll tell you, somebody who's hit a lot of line drive threes, Caleb Martin. Yes, a lot of straight-on threes. 10 points for Justin Edwards, 3 for 5 from the field. And all of his field goals have been from beyond the arc. Makes both free throws. 88-80. Excellent. All right, so let's go. 49 seconds left in this third quarter. Jenkins Pelicans with the ball, being guarded by Justin Edwards. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll dump it off over to Ronald Holland II. Here's a straight-on three. Got it! Ches Lanier off the assist by Wendell Moore Jr. off of a little handoff, and now it's a 5-point game. Maxey with a high-arcing floater inside. No can do. Rebound by the Pistons. They swing it to Paul Reed. Nobody was covering Paul. Oh, man. He was wide open in the dunker spot, and nobody got back on defense. Terrible transition defense by the Sixers. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. A 10-2 run by the Pistons. Maxey has the ball. Gets a screen. Zigzags into the lane. Steps back. Tries to hit a two. And Tyrese Maxey hits it. Just right inside the three-point line. 90-85. Inbound pass to Detroit. The three-quarters court shot is up. It's banked in. Dennis Jenkins able to hit it from half court, and he banks it in. The banks aren't closed in Detroit, and it's now a 2-point game at the buzzer. Dennis Jenkins, did he get it off? Oh, he most certainly did. Remember how Quentin Grimes hit a three-quarters court shot in the third quarter of the last game? Well, Detroit is now down by 2. And so we go into the fourth quarter. Dennis Jenkins at the buzzer hits it from half court. And the Sixers are going into quarter number 4. We'll be right back. We're going to take a very quick step off. We'll see you very, very soon. It's time to start the fourth. Lock in, baby. All right, here we go. Fourth quarter. Sixers up by 2, 90-88. And so Dominic Barlow's back out there for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons are going to tie it up, though, as they're able to hit a 2 from Wendell Moore Jr. Sorry about that. Screen froze. And now we're back in the game. All right, so Grimes will dump it off over to Edwards. Man, these Pistons have gone on a big run to answer back. There's Edgecombe with a floater inside. Can't finish it. Barlow thought he was fouled. He got pushed right there. They didn't call it. Detroit trying to take the lead. A floater is up inside. No. And Edgecombe comes up with the rebound. Edgecombe with a handoff over to Grimes. One more to Barlow. Downhill. Barlow reverse layup. Got it. Nice play by Quentin Grimes. That was Jenkins that missed the shot on the other side for Detroit. Jenkins now gets it over at the top of the key, dribbles right into a triple team, throws up a layup inside, almost hit that. Oh, that would have been ridiculous. Rebound by Jabari Walker and the 76ers. Grimes dribbles with the right hand. He is being trapped over in the corner, gives it back over to Walker, and now Walker to Edwards. Edwards throws it away. That was a bad pass. Walker was rolling towards the lane, and that pass spelled nothing but trouble on it, and Detroit has the ball. Wow, Chaz Lanier is the one who missed the three right now, and he can't seem to get anything to go. VJ Edgecombe got his miss. Edgecombe with a floater inside, can't get it, jumps up, grabs his own rebound, and tries to dribble it outside over to Edwards. And Grimes now has it over on the near wing. 5 seconds left on the shot clock for the Sixers. Grimes going downhill with a floater inside. It's blocked and denied by Ronald Holland II. He'll try to go coast to coast on the other side. Edwards sacrificed his body. Holland missed the shot. They didn't call a foul. Should have been an offensive foul there. But they will call a loose ball foul instead after Holland tried to go up with the layup there. And they will call a loose ball foul that time. Barlow did try to, as soon as he got up, he tried to jump up for the rebound. And Holland held him just down a little bit. Each team, well, the Pistons have 2 timeouts left. The Sixers have 4. And again, Oubre is not returning in this game. He left the game with an injury. Grimes gets it downhill, swings it outside to Walker for a wide-open 3. Oh, man, Walker couldn't hit that shot. That was a beautiful pass by Quentin Grimes. Some of his passes, like when he's on point, I mean, he is ridiculous with the ball. He really is. 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go in quarter number 4. Sixers could use a stop on defense. The lineup, it's Edgecombe, Walker, Edwards, Barlow, and Grimes. A floater inside, and we're tied again. Ronald Holland II able to just kiss it off the window at the layup line to make it 92-92. It's like a game of tennis here between the both of these teams, just back and forth. Edwards zips it over to Grimes. Grimes wants Barlow to step on up. Grimes lost the ball. He fumbled it, and it's turned on over by Grimes. A 2-on-1. Here's a three-point shot for Detroit. They can't get it, and Barlow can't get the rebound. It goes into the hands of Chaz Lanier, who missed the 3. Lanier finds a rolling Paul Reed to the basket, and Detroit is up by 2. Timeout by Nurse. 94-92. And so the Pistons continue their big run, and the Sixers have got to stop the bleeding. Jeez. Wow. Are you kidding me? Dude, Quentin Grimes just made a terrible turnover there. I mean, again, like, you look for Jabari Walker in the lane, right? And Walker is clearly double-teamed. And he's, like, right in front of you. Why are you passing the ball there? I mean, it was a bad read all the way around. Man. Oh, boy. Hit that thumbs up button, baby. Hit that subscribe button. If you guys are not members, it is $2.99 a month. You get access to all of these really, really cool emotes in the chat down below. We got some Tyrese Maxey emotes here. I'm going to drop some emotes. I really am. Because during playoffs, man, I really want to see a lot of y'all in the chat dropping these Tyrese Maxey, dropping these Franklin the Dog emotes. Look, we have some really, really cool stuff, man. We do. We got some awesome, awesome stuff. Let's drop all those emotes down below. Let's go! Look at these. Aren't these cool? I think that they're sick. They're so sick. Let's go. Gotta rally the troops, man. Gotta play better. Gotta play faster. Gotta play stronger. Stronger, better, faster, stronger. Kanye. Oh, man. 94-92. Pistons lead it by 2. Sixers at one point were on like a 26-8 run in that third quarter. Just ridiculous. But then they ended up being now a 23-10 run by the Pistons. That's not going to work. That's just not going to work. Oh, man. But you know what will work? Defense! So they're calling Kelly Oubre's injury a left knee hyperextension. Remember, he went down in that second quarter off of that layup that he tried to defend against a Piston. And so that was with about 90 seconds to go, to my recollection. Sixers have it. Edgecombe with the ball. Gives it up over to Maxey. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey steps back. Launches an elbow J. That was a bad shot by Tyrese Maxey. He was not going to hit it. And not a good play call at all out of the timeouts. That was the design. Almost hit it too, but just not a good creative call there. Dennis Jenkins has it over on the outside. Tries to get up on Andre Drummond. Got him on a pump fake. Passed it over to Paul Reed downhill. 1 second left on the shot clock. Jenkins with a 2. Can't get it. Offensive rebound by Javonte Williams. And that is what bites the Sixers as Duncan Robinson rolls towards the basket. Kind of like what Paul Reed just did a minute ago. And it's now 96-92. The Pistons with 13 second chance points, and that's why the Sixers are down by 4. Edwards catches, puts up a 3 on the near corner. Can't hit it, and another board by Detroit. It was Duncan Robinson in the dunker spot, ready for that basketball to come his way. Reed gets the handoff, now goes down the lane, puts up a 2, and it's good. They just cannot solve this Detroit Pistons team. It's like a Rubik's Cube to them. Maxey gets it on the near wing. Almost a bad play by Drummond there. Maxey to Edgecombe for 3. VJ Edgecombe hits it from the top of the key again. Bailed him out, and that might be what the doctor ordered for the Sixers. 7:11 to go. Robinson rolling towards the basket again, trying to hit the layup, can't do it. Maxey trying to fight for the loose ball on the ground, and it'll be Detroit basketball. And the Pistons, I believe, also just turned it on over. So Robinson missed the layup and then tried to tip it back over to his man. And Ronald Holland ended up kicking the ball. The ball must have went off of his foot. It did. He kicked the ball. Yes. So it'll be Sixers ball now. Maxey can tie it with a 3 or take a 2, and if he makes it, it'll be a one-possession game, a one-point game. Edwards instead will take it over from the left elbow over towards the lane, and he puts it up and puts it in. Justin Edwards off the dribble, able to take it on home. Sixers down by 1. 6:35 to go. Maxey with a steal. Bad play by Reed. Finds Edgecombe going down the lane. Oh, he wanted to throw it down, and he couldn't do so. And it'll be Detroit basketball. He jumped up a little bit early. The timing was a little bit off, and Detroit answers back with Dennis Jenkins from downtown. 101-97. VJ Edgecombe was ready to fly on over to the rack. Couldn't hit the dunk, and instead gets spanked with a 3 from the Pistons. The Sixers, Maxey misses a layup. Paul Reed gets the rebound. Reed thought about taking the 3, got Barlow on a pump fake, puts up a 2, and he is fouled in the act of shooting. Edgecombe is still looking for his first posterizer. And that time it came back to bite him. Dominic Barlow got called for the shooting foul. And B-ball Paul, I believe, is going to the line. First free throw shot. It's actually Javonte Green, excuse me. And now Paul Reed will come on out of the game. So Green ends up making the free throw. Man, sorry about the screen freezing. Again, I wish that I could control that, but we're doing the best we can. 102-97, 5:53 left to go in the fourth quarter. Green's second free throw, got it. It's a 2-possession lead for the Detroit Pistons. Edgecombe, Drummond, Maxey, Edwards, and Barlow out there for the 76ers. Barlow dumps it off over to Maxey. Maxey slicing. Maxey gets it back from Justin Edwards, and we have a foul called on the Detroit Pistons. It'll be on Wendell Moore Jr. Just made some contact with him over on that shoulder. The offense looked so good in the third quarter, and that was because the Pistons were just making bad turnovers. And then the Sixers were capitalizing, and, well, in the fourth quarter, they've only put up 7 points. Edgecombe almost threw it away, and Robinson got it over to Barlow. Maxey now gets it, and we have another whistle called on the Pistons yet again. J.B. Bickerstaff is fuming over on the other side, puts his hands up in the air. And Quentin Grimes will come back on in for Justin Edwards. It was a personal foul called on Javonte Green. That's his third, I believe. Barlow gets the ball, and he turned it on over. Duncan Robinson was right there in the paint, and he went falling down like a domino. His feet were set, and so a rookie mistake by Dominic Barlow, and it'll be Pistons ball. 5:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers have got to play defense here. Pistons have the ball. LeVert gets it. Gets past the screen set by Stewart. LeVert lost his dribble. Dumps it off over to Robinson. Robinson back outside. And a dump-off pass over to Stewart. Stewart now towards the near corner. A three-point shot is no good. And rebounded by Edgecombe. That was a missed three from Javonte Green. Maxey steps over. Gets it back from Edgecombe. Maxey rolling towards the basket. Puts up a contested two. And he made it. Looked like he got tacked up there. They didn't call a foul, but he finished right through traffic, 103-99. Another three by the Pistons, and that is good. That is a stab right in the back. As the Pistons, Karis LeVert, who's done a lot of damage against the Sixers throughout his career, only ends up making a big-time three, 106-99. Maxey stepping back. Going towards the foul line, puts up a two, and he capitalizes. Tyrese Maxey keeping the Sixers involved in this game. Give the man 27 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists in this one. 4 minutes left to be played in the fourth quarter. Stewart dumps it off over to Duncan Robinson. Stewart now rolling towards the basket. Kicks it out over towards the far wing. Javonte Green now has it. And a three-point shot is up. And oh my gosh, he hit it. Insane. He got it right in the face of Quentin Grimes. That was perfect defense, but A-plus shooting from him. Maxey rolling towards the basket inside. Hits the two. My, oh my. 109-103, and 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Some impossible shots hit by the Pistons. LeVert, another three. Oh, man, he needed that heat check there, man. He missed it. Maxey got the rebound. Swings it outside over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe dumps it off over to Grimes on the near corner at the three-point line, and he throws it away. Robinson finds his defender downhill. Edgecombe blocked it, but we have a foul called on VJ. It was Paul Reed, or Karis LeVert, that was going on over towards the dunker spot. Sixers will call a timeout, and maybe they're going to challenge this. 2:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a very quick step off. The voice is starting to go, but we'll be right back. What an absolutely horrendous fourth quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. Man, it's been brutal. It's been really bad. I mean, Karis LeVert just hit a ridiculous three-point shot. And, again, great defense on him. And he just couldn't miss that. He's also, I mean, he's made like, what, two straight threes in a row. Just insane. Tyrese Maxey trying to take on over in this fourth quarter, but Karis LeVert is other words. And he's been just making his shots, and he's been trying to seal the deal. The question is, can the Sixers, can their defense and their offense step up down the stretch here? I don't know. Continue to feed Tyrese Maxey, that's for sure, but you got to get stops. That's just the name of the game. Got to play better in the perimeter, and you can't give up wide open looks in the paint either. But part of the problem, again, is that we're making bad passes out in transition. I mean, Quentin Grimes had a bad play where he was on the near corner. I don't know why Edgecombe was going towards the near corner because Grimes was right there, and then he just dumped it off over to him. Grimes thought about taking the three. I mean, come on. It's got to be better. All right, so Dennis Jenkins is coming on into the game for Wendell Moore Jr. There was no challenge, by the way. First foul shot by LeVert is good. He has made the last 7 points for this Pistons team. So it's 110 to 103. Second free throw, that's no good. Stewart tips it and ended up boxing in Andre Drummond. Duncan Robinson's three-point shot, no good. And Drummond secures the rebound. It was volleyballed from Edgecombe over to Drummond. And the Sixers have got to get a bucket here. Edgecombe over at the logo. Gives it back over to Maxey. Maxey at the Toyota sign. Calling for a play here. Wants Barlow to step up. Or Grimes to step up, that is, and he does. Maxey on an ISO, puts up a tray. It's short, and a rebound by Duncan Robinson, and he'll just corral the basketball, and the Pistons are in no particular hurry. 2:15 left to go in the fourth quarter, and they are milking that clock down. Maxey fighting through a screen, and now a double team comes. And so Stewart gives it back downhill, and a shot is up, and it is blocked, and a shooting foul called on Andre Drummond. So they doubled up Javonte Green on the far wing, and then the Pistons were able to swing the basketball around the timeline. It was pinballed everywhere, and Drummond got called for a shooting foul, and Green is going to head on over to the line. Javonte Green, Jenkins, and Isaiah Stewart have total combined 52 points. This Pistons depth has been absolutely insane. Foul shot is up and in. Sixers have only put up 13 points in this fourth quarter. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Foul shot number 2, that's good. It's now 112 to 103. Edgecombe dribbling with the left hand, gets past half court, and he's looking for an offensive player to step up. It's Andre Drummond who comes away with the screen. Edgecombe looking to give it back outside to Grimes. Grimes for a three on the near corner, and he can't get it. Drummond tips it outside over to LeVert. LeVert goes downhill with a slam, and that should be it for the Pistons. That is a dagger. 114 to 103. Maxey goes up with a tray on the other side, can't do it. Barlow got the rebound and slams it on home. It's 114 to 105. Nobody boxed out Dominic Barlow, and it's a 9-point game. Karis LeVert has just pretty much just sealed the deal in this fourth quarter. Another wide open three by Robinson. Can't get it that time. Drummond gets the rebound. I don't know how he got it. He tipped it to himself about 4 times, and he still got the board. That's insane. Maxey swings it outside to Barlow for a three-point shot, and he couldn't get it off. And it's now going to be Detroit basketball with a minute left to go. 55 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Fans standing on their feet, and a foul issued on the Sixers. Transition defense, not good. And Caris LeVert stepping up when he has to. And we'll talk more about it during our little post-game show. 114-105, Pistons up now by 9. LeVert swings it outside, and it looks like Jenkins and Green and Robinson are still out there for them. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Wide open three. No good. Robinson offensive rebound, and Maxey, I believe that Robinson stepped on out of bounds. Sixers will call a timeout with 34.5 seconds left to go as they trail by 9. I mean, if you just look at what ended up happening over those last couple of minutes, the Pistons have just looked like that they've wanted it more. They've had very good energy. They're boxing guys out, and they've played so well out in transition. You had some great buckets down the stretch, not only by Caris LeVert, but how about that little three-point shot, too, by Dennis Jenkins? I mean, he made some big-time plays there. Javonte Green got fouled by Andre Drummond, and again, it was because the Sixers are just playing 5-on-4 ball because they think that they have to trap the guy with the ball. And it's not like one guy's dominating against you. It's that all these guys have sort of played a role. Like, this is really good team basketball by the Detroit Pistons. But if you're the Sixers, you should feel embarrassed. You really should. Man. We got a post-game show after this. We're going to do it because there's a lot of things to talk about, man. There really are. So close, but so far away. Timeout for what? The game is over. Yeah. I don't know, man. It ain't over till it's over. I'm just kidding. I don't know why they would call a timeout there. Get Maxey out of the game with like 34.5 seconds. I don't know. They're not out. Barlow will look to inbound it over to Edgecombe. Edgecombe's shot is up, but they're going to call a foul. Javonte Green is on his belly. Caris LeVert committed the foul. This is an NBA Cup game, by the way, so Sixers are going to go 0-2 in the NBA Cup. Just wanted to throw that out there as well. 34 seconds left to be played. Barlow will inbound it again over from the near sideline. And before the ball gets inbounded, the referees are going to gather together. I don't know what's going on. Maxey, Edgecombe, Barlow, Grimes, and Drummond are still out there for the Sixers. Barlow will inbound it now. He swings it outside over to Quentin Grimes. Grimes with a layup inside, can't finish it. And it looked like he was fouled, but they weren't going to call it. Pistons get the ball. 24 seconds left to go. They will trap the ball. And now they give it back outside over to Caris LeVert. They're just going to play keep away. Stewart goes up with a shot, actually. Offensive rebound by the Pistons. And that should do it. That should do it. 5 seconds left. Maxey with the ball over at the top of the key. Puts up a three-point shot. No good. And the game is over. So the Sixers lose by a final score of 114-105. I can't believe that Stewart still took a shot. I mean, like, they're up by 9, and there's like 7 seconds left in the game, and he just put up a 3 for like no reason. And that's how the game ends. So the Sixers only put up 15 points in the fourth quarter, and they get outscored 26-15 in the fourth quarter. And the Pistons will extend their winning streak now to 9 games in a row. Wow. Javonte Green, player of the game, 21 points, 5 for 12 from the field, 3 for 9 from 3, and also 9 rebounds, which is the 21 points is a season high for him, but he was playing so well. All right. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to do a post-game show right now. I'm not even going to take a break. I was going to take phone calls tonight, but to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to stay on for that long because my voice is starting to feel it. But I do have things to get off my chest, and if you guys do want to comment, you most certainly can down below. All right, so here is the thing that I take away from this game. First of all, credit to the Pistons because they played their butts off in that fourth quarter, and they looked like that they were hungry. They really did. J.B. Bickerstaff had his team ready, and they played so well. I mean, you're missing Cade Cunningham. You're missing guys like Jaden Ivey, and Tobias Harris. Like, they're not playing. And Asor Thompson's also out, and they beat you tonight. So they're undermanned, and they're able to just beat you. It's just insane. Wendell Moore only had 4 points, but he was a plus 23 in 18 minutes. I think that the big difference of the game was really when the bench went out there in the fourth quarter for the Pistons, and they were just able to utilize a lot of size on the Sixers team. But in regards to the Sixers' woes, what ended up really going wrong in that fourth quarter? It actually wasn't even in the fourth quarter. It goes back to what they didn't do with the 2-minute and 33 marker in the third. Okay, let's go back there. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. So there was a play with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter where Ronald Holland II just came on in. He made a dunk from Isaiah Stewart. They go to like their twin towers, okay? And Nick Nurse doesn't match up size for size. Now, what he should have done in that moment, okay, you have a lineup out there with small guys. You got to go bigger. This is where I believe you put in a Dembona and you try to, at that time of the game, you try to match up their size. They don't do that. And so what ends up happening is Isaiah Stewart gets the ball from Javonte Green at the top of the key. Again, the Sixers are going after Javonte Green. They're just focused on who has the ball, and you're playing 4-on-5 basketball that way, and you're giving the Pistons the advantage there. Okay, you can't do that. You can't do that, and that, again, is on Nick Nurse's coaching. I have to continue to bang that drum. Okay, you cannot just step up on who has the ball. You got to get back. You got to fight through screens. And when they're swinging the ball around the timeline because there's an open man, they're going to find a way to beat you. You're going to have to pray that they miss a layup or miss a wide open three. And most likely, that's just not going to be the case because even with this Pistons team undermanned, I mean, they found ways to beat you. It was a team effort tonight, and there were players that really took over the game, including Karis LeVert in that fourth quarter, who stepped up like he was Jimmy Butler and just closed out that deal. And I, again, give him credit for being able to step up there, but I also thought that there were times in that fourth quarter leading up to that where the Sixers, again, just played so bad in the transition game. We saw a couple of times where Ronald Holland II was getting the ball at the top of the key. Nobody could stop him. And then Holland would make a pass and end up finding maybe somebody like Javonte Green over on the far corner, and everybody's thinking that Green is going to shoot the three there. No, he's going to find instead a Ronald Holland II rolling over towards the lane and hitting a layup. There were times, too, where I'm watching about 3 Sixers players going for a rebound off of a missed shot by Duncan Robinson, and here comes Robinson getting the rebound, tipping it to himself, and Paul Reed is rolling to the rim. Nobody can stop him. Again, That's not on the players. It's on Nick Nurse. It's been going on for far too long, and I'm sick of it. It's the truth. The coach is supposed to put you in a position to succeed. Now, where I have to, there were a couple of times, like Tyrese Maxey took a couple of really bad shots. He had that one elbow jumper that he missed with about 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. And we want him to take those shots. But that was a forced shot. He could not hit it. His feet weren't set. He fired it too quickly. That's on Tyrese Maxey. Quentin Grimes turning over the ball with the ball slipping out of his hand over on the near corner. Now, why is VJ Edgecombe right next to him? That's on coaching, but Grimes has to hold on to the ball there. And he can't hold on to the ball, chases it as it goes out of bounds, tries to save it, and then ends up giving it up over to a wide-open Piston. And what do you know? It's a 2-on-1 fast break, and GG. You're not, well, you know, that's on Quentin Grimes for not holding on to that ball there. But it's a disappointing loss. It is, because this Pistons team was undermanned. And you had a chance tonight, even without Joel Embiid, for you to take this by the horn. You did not. Trendon Watford only played 14 minutes. Andre Drummond played 36. Now, you did miss Kelly Oubre Jr., and that sucked. But still, how could you not stop them? Is beyond me. I don't get it. I really don't. The Pistons, they shot 17 for 41 from three. They were shooting 41%, and they shot, I believe, 55% in that third quarter alone. I don't have the stats to back that up, but it was bad. But anyhow, Kyle Neubeck says this. I want to read this to you.
Like a professional Cal in the game.
The volume stats all look good, but Kyle says, I was pretty disappointed by that Maxey game. Pulled it back some in the end, but thought his decision-making was bad most of the night, and he struggled versus the switching again. And he brings up a good point there, too, because there were times where I did see that Maxey was getting switched up on defensively. Karis LeVert would be on him, and then it would be Javonte Green, right? As they tried to set a pick, sometimes Tyrese Maxey didn't use those picks, and when he did, they did a good job switching. They did a good job rotating. I do give credit to the Pistons for doing that, but Tyrese Maxey does have to be better in that department. You have somebody else stepping up on you, and that's just a part of the game where I feel like Tyrese Maxey is lacking. And that's a very good point from Kyle Neubeck. So I wanted to sort of give him props for that because he's right. He's right. When the defense did rotate tonight, the Pistons, that is, the Sixers just could not hit their shots. And Tyrese Maxey really struggled when he had different looks on him. And he has to be better in that department. He just does. I know that he had 31 points tonight, and he made some tough buckets, but it was not a good game. Yes, other people had to step up, but when he had the ball and he was getting switched up on, you got to make those shots. This guy was 2 for 11 from three. I want him to shoot the ball. Do not get it twisted. He has to shoot the ball, and I'm happy that he's doing that. But this is a part of the learning curve, right? Is that he has to learn how to navigate through the adversity that he's going to be dealt with. So, but that's my critique on Tyrese Maxey. I thought that the defensive lineups down the stretch in the fourth quarter were horrendous. But that's just how the ball rolled tonight. And they were so flat in that fourth quarter, and they couldn't get themselves out of that rut. So now what ends up happening? Well, now you have another 2 days off, right? and you play against the LA Clippers on Monday night at home, you try to bounce back. You try to get a W there. This is another team above 500 that you just could not beat. But you've got to play better, especially when the Clippers are coming to town. You got the Clippers, the Raptors, the Bucks, and the Heat all next week. Now, the Heat do play on Sunday. That game is at 1 o'clock. Are the Eagles on that day? I got to double check and see what time that game would be. But, man, bad loss tonight for the 76ers. Again, you guys can comment your thoughts down below if you're watching on the VOD. But, yeah, it was not good. Not good, and you got to bounce back. All right, final thoughts. Comment down below. My voice is starting to get a little bit raspy, so I think that we're just going to call it a night. Sixers should have won the game, says Brian. No, they should have, man. They had this game, and another one that just slipped right on out of your hands. Sure, the Pistons have depth, and the Pistons made adjustments, but you made a lot of mistakes in that fourth quarter, and Nick Nurse deserves a lot of the blame. And Tyrese Maxey deserves some too. So, that's where I stand. We got a $5 super chat. First time listening on the way home. You sounded like a professional calling this game. Thank you so much, man. You are the best. You're awesome. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. Hopefully I see you back on Monday. We are doing the Eagles game on Sunday if you guys like football. We cover the Eagles, and we also mainly cover the Phillies on this channel. We do a lot of baseball. We love baseball on this channel, but we try to do the Sixers whenever we can. We will be back on Monday. We will also be back on Wednesday and Friday as well. Don't know yet about Sunday. I have to take a look at the Eagles schedule, so we'll see. Reiner says Dono. Yep, we got it. You're the best, man. You're the best. And guys, please go subscribe to Rise and Rhino. Flyers are up 5-3 with 15:03 left in the third period. Good stuff. But yeah, disappointing. On to the next one. Get it done against the Clippers, and let's try to go 8-5. Lila Tov, everybody. Love you all. I will catch you all on the next one. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe on your way out. Fisag, I hope that you heard me. I really appreciate you for the dono. Shout out to you. All right. Lila Tov, good night. Catch you all on the next one. Yep. See you on Sunday.